It's crazy. Comes with all that
So
stuff.
it's legit a race car.
It's a
not
turnkey race car.
It's not Honda being like, oh, we made a race car, and then they just made the seat belts red.
Right.
Like some of those, the performance edition.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Tell me more.
Yeah, dude. Okay, so this announcement from Honda, which is the coolest freaking thing ever, because I wouldn't ever picture it from Honda, but it's so cool. So I'll read the headline. We'll get into it. Honda Civic Si FE1 is a $55,000 race car that you can buy off the rack.
I thought I said off the track, which
so did I until I just read it. I thought I read it wrong. So this came out like 2 days ago. This article came out. They just announced this. So this is a turnkey race car version of the Civic Si that you can purchase directly from Honda. 55 grand. Like that's 55 grand. It's not nothing, but for a brand new, completely specced out race car, this is amazing. So I'm going to read some of the details from this. I'm shocked. It just seems really, really cool. Like I was reading more and more. This got me super pumped about it. So
that's crazy that you can just get it. Like it's not like you're buying it from HBD or you're buying it from a secondary tuner or whatever. Honda's just like
from the OEM. It's from the Honda Performance Development Department.
Oh, that's HPD. Okay. So you are buying it from HPD.
Oh, is that what HPD stands for? Didn't know that.
Yeah, Honda Performance Development.
That makes sense.
I'm going to correlate and assume that that's what that means.
Yeah, no, the rest of it kept saying HPD, and I started being like, okay, I guess I just won't know what that word means. Okay, so Honda Performance Development. So, okay, let me read the specs on this, though. So it's got their 1.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. Okay. So the cool part about it, though, it's got a tuned ECU that allows selectable levels of power to meet different racing classes based on whatever class you want to race it in. So you can dial the thing in, and I'm assuming if they've got that in there, they've already got it spec'd out and approved. So you can choose your class of racing there, which is kind of cool. Wow. They do not provide power figures, which is kind of frustrating. From the factory, it comes with a Borla turbo back exhaust to breathe better and sound like a proper race car, which is cool. It's got a 6-speed manual transmission, which is great. It's strengthened, so it's ready for race. And it's equipped with a Cusco Racing limited slip differential. So it comes with all of that already. The body, here we go, is basically it's off of the chassis of a Civic Si, but it does not have a sunroof at all. Does not have any soundproofing, insulation, underbody coating, or seam sealer. None of that. Just a raw chassis. Comes with a FIA spec roll cage installed.
What?
It also comes with a 16-gallon fuel cell.
Dude.
It has the adjustment built-in dampers, front camber plates, camber adjustable rear arms, rear toe adjustable arms, Willwood 6-piston brake calipers, 2-piece slotted rotors, stainless steel brake lines, and it comes with the Enkei RPF1 17-inch wheels from the factory.
Wow.
Which
That's
is
insane.
nuts.
They just took someone's whole shopping cart for their new Civic Si and just put it on already.
And it's only 55 grand. Because if you bought a brand new Civic for what? The Civic Si has got to be close to 40, right? Like mid 30s.
Yeah, I'd assume top of the line one. Yeah,
easily have. It's like they did the work for. They don't make you pay for all the interior and all that stuff up front. They just keep it and then they take the price off the car. It's so cool.
Right. Well, think about you got cage.
Yeah.
You got full exhaust. You got full suspension, full wheel set,
full engine management,
and engine management. That's tunable.
So and then
flip of a switch.
This gets further. Let me read the last piece here. So then it comes with a bunch of race gear. It includes do you say OMP or OMP? I think it's OMP probably.
OMP, yeah.
OMP racing seat, 6-point harness, quick disconnect steering wheel, racing window net, a Motec C127 dash logger, and fire suppression kit. It's crazy. Comes with all that stuff.
So it's legit a race car.
It's a turnkey race car.
It's not Honda being like, oh, we made a race car, and then they just made the seat belts red. Right. Like some of those, the performance edition.
It's
and it's
so
got
cool.
50 extra horsepower. It's like
so
legit.
They take a $25,000 deposit now, and then when they deliver the vehicle, the other $25,000. But that's nuts. Like a $55,000 race car, all ready to go, all the equipment that you need, stripped, caged, ready to go for multiple racing classes based on how you select the knob and where you put it. Like, it's crazy. I thought this was the coolest thing ever.
That is so awesome.
Didn't expect it at all. And if we scroll through, I'll show you some of the images here. I'll put them in the episode too. This is obviously all liveried out. It just comes in white, I guess, because it's all stripped and ready to go. But like, I love the look of the new Civics. But look at this thing.
It looks like, so nice.
From the factory.
Come on, dude.
I'm very confused, but I'm so pumped. Like, I want one really bad. And 55,000 seems like a decent, like you could easily get. This is like awesome for grassroots people because like
100%
to get 55,000. Let's say you get this, You get the other gear you need, the tools, the trailer, everything like that.
Yeah.
Definitely below $100,000, you're into a completely done race car, an entire racing setup. And to get that, that sounds like a lot of money, but like to get that to like throw some sponsors together and get this together for a race season, that wouldn't be that bad. Like I bet you're going to see some of these in like endurance racing series.
For sure.
Definitely in like I would imagine, if you're going to spend close to $100,000 on a like factory C8 Corvette or something like that, if you're going to go buy like a car at that level, you could get the ultimate little track rat thing that's going to have so much fun around the track.
Now, here's a question. Is it street legal?
I don't think so. I don't know that for sure though. Nothing in here is exclusively not, other than it would be intense for a street vehicle, but I think it is. I mean, it literally is just a dedicated track car. And the same that like awesome, you can do this from other manufacturers. Like you can buy factory ready track vehicles. I know they used to do it with WRXs and stuff. I think you could do it with a few different Chevy and Dodge vehicles too, but like at this price point and this accessible to be like, hey, this is something people can just do. I thought this was so freaking cool. So
yeah, because you can actually, so if you just, I looked at this for my car actually. And all car guys are probably the same. I want to say, like, you buy a car, when you're shopping for that car, you look at the absolute like pinnacle of what that car could possibly be, right? Whether that's your modifications or what the manufacturer makes. So Audi actually does this too. Turnkey track car. Hey, cookie settings, can you get off my screen? Sure, except all, it's fine. Audi will do a RS3 MLS. LMS, sorry. RS3 LMS.
Yeah.
And it just, have we talked about this before?
Mm-mm.
Not to steal your thunder with the Honda, but
no, this is going to be a completely different bracket.
That's
so cool.
That's
rad.
From Audi.
How much does that cost though?
Is
it one of those
all
you have
carbon
to ask,
fiber.
You can't afford? Oh no.
It's all carbon. It's got full cage.
Before we scroll it all, let's guess. I'm going to go, I think it's a $200,000 car.
Yeah, over 100%. I would say like 150.
I could see like maybe a 210 figure. Let's scroll through and see if they say it in here though.
And realistically, if you're getting a new Audi, if your budget is $200,000 for an Audi and you want it to be capable, are you going to buy an R8 or are you going to buy like a track ready RS3, which is faster?
Mm-hmm.
Probably looks cooler, I think.
I think it looks
way
a little biased. Cooler. Yeah.
Fast to the top. Yeah, so it's TCR category.
Okay,
racing.
Okay. Oh yeah, because like BMW does that. Like a lot of different companies will do like the TCR thing. So that's what's cool about the Honda one though, is it's not this class at all. It's meant literally for the, like, you're going to go do the Skip Barber Racing School or the SCCA Tracks Across America, which I don't want to take away from this at all. But
no, that's like it's just way so more different. Accessible version of something like this.
It's the starter phase for this.
Totally, because this is
find me the price though.
Class.
I want to know what this will cost us to get in.
Just looks nuts. Okay.
That's beautiful.
You know what's funny is it's underpowered. An RS3 comes from the factory with like 400 something, and this is 340 because they got to tune it down for that power class.
Oh, interesting.
See, RS3 sedan 400 horsepower, RS3 LMS 340. So they tuned it down.
So weird.
And it's front wheel drive, not all wheel drive, because that's for that class.
Yeah, because that's the TCR class.
Interesting. Yeah.
You have to ask. Can't afford it, pal.
Yeah, it looks like that's what it is. It's 100-liter fuel cell, twice as much as the standard RS. So I'm guessing this is like time attack 24. Well, that's what LMS is, right? That's the long endurance racing kind of stuff.
Yeah.
How freaking sick does that look though?
That looks so good. It's like look at the wide body
speed. Like yeah. So I looked at this to try to find if I could just get this kit. Like,
that'd be sweet.
Get the wide body kit because that would look so awesome.
It is a full wheel wider than your car. That's insane.
That's my 9-inch rear wheel. That is how wide the body kit is.
That's insane. Anyway, so I thought that was pretty sweet coming from
Honda.
Honda.
That's awesome though with the Honda that you could get just a turnkey race car.
Right. That for not like, again, I don't want to minimize what $50,000 is to people, but like literally, like you could go buy, like put it in this perspective, you could go get like a Camaro SS or you could get a race ready car from Honda. Like that's nuts to me. That's
like you said with the C8
nuts.
Vet or anything in that anything in that lane, like anything that you would take on your SCCA tracks and stuff like that.
What's an RS3 come out at?
60?
What does that cost? Yeah, so
around there.
For about the same price as that. Granted, completely different vehicle, completely whatever. But if you're getting something that you want dedicated for track stuff, I mean, I don't know. It seems really cool. I was pumped to see that for under 6 figures, almost half of what 6 figures would be. You could get into something that, start cheap. You have the open trailer with the extra set of wheels. You don't even need an extra set of wheels. Well, I guess you do if you're having a crazy track weekend, but like that could be for people who are like entering retirement or whatever, like in a lot of different phases of life. This could be like a really interesting way to like get into racing a little bit.
Yeah. It could be the beginning or the end of your race career.
Right.
However you spin it. But I was going to say something about that. Oh, as far as rating that in like a miles per gallon type of thing, that's pretty high. I mean, to have fully kitted out race car.
Yes.
Like and the thing that like we didn't even mention, you mentioned it obviously in reading it, but like mentioned in like rather than like, sure, you could buy an SI and you could get the suspension and the cage and the management and stuff like that. You're probably going to spend about the same amount of money at the end of the day putting it all in, unless you do it in your
probably
garage.
More because you're paying for interior stuff you don't need, and Honda is going to charge you for that. They're basically for all that equipment. It's probably got, between even just the safety equipment, it's about $10,000 of safety equipment that they tacked in there. So that would bring the whole price down to 45. But then they have a race tuned engine and all this and a stiffened gearbox, and it's like literally like they costed it out and said, well, let's not charge them for the interior stuff and all the soundproofing and the deadening and the labor. And it feels like they took it out and they're actually being super fair to the consumer, because they easily could have said, oh, this is now an $80,000 car because it's the price of a car plus all this. And now we have to,
but they're not selling it as like a luxury. As like a
right.
So, but the thing that you couldn't necessarily do with like off the shelf, but like a regular Civic Si that you want to do all this to is they removed all the sound deadening, like they didn't put it on the panel seal gapping stuff, like all of that stuff that adds weight. Like sunroof, I guess you could get a slick top instead of a sunroof, but even like the undercoating, like all of that stuff, all of the weight saving to get it down there. Like I bet if you bought that one off the shelf and then an SI that you did the same stuff to, that one's still going to kill it on the track.
Right.
It's just
it's set up for it.
It's so cool.
Awesome. But anyway, so that's cool news coming from Honda, which is pretty neat. I never thought I'd say that sentence, but here we are. Welcome to 2022, where everybody's making EV cars, but Honda's out here making race cars.
Yeah.